everybody. It's Sunday morning, the 26th of April, 2020. Welcome to your morning mug. Rainy, hard to get up. I did run some of my essential errands this morning, so now I can be home and not having to go anywhere. We have a bunch of miscellaneous things, as always. Starting with this day in history, 121, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome. Happy birthday to you. Actually, all of these are birthdays. 1785, John James Audubon, the artist and bird watcher. I sent a handful of students some little notes, and actually those were the little return address labels were from the Audubon Society. Eugene Delacroix, French painter. 1822, Frederick Law Olmsted was born. He was a landscape designer primarily, and he and his firm are responsible for the design of Central Park in New York City. So I was immediately reminded of an internship I had in college at the Conrad Weiser Homestead in Womelsdorf, Pennsylvania. So that is western Berks County. And there's a park there that was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted Jr. and his landscape design firm. So it's always fun when there's I have a connection to that. This day in history, 1917 born, I.M. Pei, another type of architect. He was a modernist, but he put together works that also had some Cubist influence. So he really took traditional architectural themes and then would play a little bit with some basic geometric designs like pyramids. If you think of the Louvre Museum in Paris, we talked about that one. I.M. Pei is also credited, he did design the JFK Library in Boston, the East Building of the National Gallery of Art. There are two buildings, and you can get to them through an underground passageway or up above. So the East Building was an I.M. Pei design, the Museum of Islamic Art in Qatar, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. So happy birthday, I.M. Pei, and thank you for creating those things for us. Happy birthday, Carol Burnett. Jet Li. I was just thinking about Jet Li the other day. So film star and martial artist Jet Li, Kevin James, Melania Trump, Channing Tatum. Lots of great birthdays today. This day in history, 1607, Jamestown Expedition, landing at Cape Henry. This is the first permanent European settlement on the continent. 1954, first mass trials begin for the polio vaccine. This day in history is when Studio 54 opened in 1977, and I'm blanking on the year, but it was the first use of the pipe organ at a Major League Baseball game. It was at Wrigley Field, so for the Chicago Cubs fans out there. 1986, the fourth reactor at Chernobyl, the nuclear power plant in Ukraine, which at that point was part of the Soviet Union, explodes. I don't know if anyone has seen the miniseries about that. I believe it's on HBO. I feel like it was on HBO. Pretty intense. Pretty intense. They're now selectively opening up for tours. Not right now, but you can take a look. And 1992, I'll keep the happy music on for now, but 1992, the end of an era. Two major shows, they sent their last episodes on the air. Growing Pains and Who's the Boss? So I don't remember watching when they were new episodes. I just remember watching reruns. So the end of Growing Pains and Who's the Boss? And how's it going at home? Are there growing pains? And who is the boss in your home? Things to think about. All right, so there are two things that connected to yesterday that I forgot to do. Actually, three. Making a note. So at the very beginning, my bad German rap, that song, that song was called New Tires. Makes sense. Talking about Volkswagen, talking about Volkswagen. The trivia question from yesterday. In 2010, a Guinness Book World Record was set in 2010. How many people fit into a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle? 20. 20 people into a Beetle. And if I had a Volkswagen Beetle, if it has the small back seat, I'd have to take the driver's seat out, sit on the back seat, and then I could actually fit. 20 people. Ooh. And the other very important thing from the whole Volkswagen thing yesterday that I forgot to talk about is sausage. I learned yesterday, thanks to the Volkswagen website, that they have a sausage manufacturing operation. You can't get it here in the US. Pretty bummed about that. But for more than 45 years, they've been making sausages. And in 2017, 6.8 million currywursts were created, were manufactured more than the number of vehicles that Volkswagen sold. But I'm sure it's easier to make a sausage than it is to make a car. But absolutely fascinating. And currywurst is the most popular that they make. And a few times for different promotional events, they've had the sausages made here. They've flown over the sausage makers from Germany and have to use supplies here in the US, but you can't get it shipped. But if anybody knows someone who knows someone, I'd like to try it. All right, so our word of the day, because like there was architecture stuff, and there was sausage, and there's bird watchers and all sorts of growing pains, so many things. Today's word of the day, amalgamation. Amalgamation. So we're taking a blend of things. And I think that's what the morning mug really is. You know, this action or process of combining miscellaneous things into one. So what my mug is today is one of my travel mugs. I like it because it's super duper huge. I also like it because it kind of has a map on it. You can see that. This is from a shop. They have a number of locations called the Spice and Tea Exchange. And I'm always reminded of, you know, our globalized world. We do have access to so many different things. Excuse me. 2 or 3 little types or clicks away, and we have access to infinite amounts of information, and just how different times in human history we've been limited in what knowledge we have. Knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we have access to, the more, you know, and the better we are as people. So maybe that's an example of amalgamation. I don't know. But I do love this mug. Okay. So that is about it for this lazy Sunday morning mug. Today, by the way, episode 42. 42. We're still going, and I have to catch up on some things today. Yesterday was one of those days I got a lot done, but I didn't get a lot done. You know, you're checking things off the to-do list, and then more things create more things on the to-do list to do. But I'm still here. Sorry, there's no German rap today. I have one more French mug, so that's going to be another multilingual thing coming up. So as always, behave, be good, be kind. Please take care of each other. Continue to recycle, and you know, drop a line. Let me know how you're doing. So I will see thee tomorrow for episode 43. All right, bye.